back at it. We back at it. Welcome to Kush Equilibrium. I am your always smoking host. Oops, great. Oh, let me get my chair right, man. It's been a minute since I did a show, but appreciate y'all pulling up for another smoke break while we talk about this hip hop thing. Per the normal, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me take care of the YouTube police. That's why we smoking like we always do, drinking like we do from time to time, but just talk about hip hop like we do. Keeps the YouTube police out our business. No different you being at the crib, smoking, drinking, and chilling, got a whole vibe going. The police come knocking at your door. Mess up your vibes. Same thing here. So if y'all can take care of that, we definitely appreciate it. Now, let's get to the topic at hand. Because I've been seeing people talk about hip hop is dead. Kendrick dropped hip hop. We put hip hop in Kendrick's hand and he let us down. Calm down.
Now you're being condescending. See, you've been warned, all right? Let's move forward amicably.
Let's just settle down for a minute, okay? We moving too fast. It's a lot of moving parts, and we're not accounting for everything. So, got two reactions. Got two video clips to react to in this video. They cover both spectrums of what I think is going on and the way I think people should really be looking at this thing. So, without further ado, where my ears at? Let me get my ears. Throw my ears on real quick. And get this screen shared, and we can smoke and talk about it. We can smoke and talk about it. Let's smoke and talk about it. The company man, Justin Hunt. Like I said, this was primarily a topic about the charts and hip hop not being in the top 40 for the first time since I believe 1990. So let's get his perspective on it, because this has been his thing for years, is keeping track of what goes on with the charts, what's going on with hip hop. So let's hear it from his mouth. Let's go.
Number 43, shot calling. Youngboy Never Broke Again. Last week, 44, peak position, 43, 6 weeks on the chart, just keeps rising. Just keeps rising. And there's a conversation that's going on now about who are the young rap superstars. Well, he's the only one. He's the only young rap, I think, superstar that has a hold on the youth. And we do these.
Now, what do y'all think about that? It's a topic of conversation right now as we get ready to roll into November of 2025. Is Youngboy Never Broke Again the only young hip hop superstar? Yes? No? Let me know what you think. Because that's a bold statement to claim. Hey, there's only one young. We got to say young because you still have Kendrick out there. For however we feel about Drake, Drake is still out there, and a multitude of others. But as far as the youngins, is Youngboy it? That's the beginning and the end. Let's proceed.
Charts every week to understand the business of selling music a little bit more, right? Where is hip hop, where is rap in comparison to the broader music marketplace and the broader ecosystem? And every week we see basically more legacy acts that are from hip hop and rap that are on these charts. You will get your Cardi B's, for example. You'll have your Kendricks and your Drakes, and you'll have your Glorillaz, etc. And we had Lil Tecca, who did very well on the charts this summer, coming out of Queens. I wouldn't describe him as a star by any means, particularly in comparison to Youngboy filling up arenas. got all the shiesties out, all the teenagers filling up arenas for his show. And I think one of the reasons we don't have stars is, again, the biggest one is that lost generation. We have a generation.
This is the important part. This is the part that I don't feel nobody's talking about within the hip hop ecosystem as to what's going on with hip hop as it pertains to the charts. Why are we not where we should be, where we've been again since 1990?
Of rappers who died. I was listening to Mac Miller's Good AM, the 10-year anniversary release this week. Great project, fantastic project. He passed too soon. You look at Pop Smoke, you look at XXXTentacion, you look at Young Dolph, you look at Nipsey Hussle, you look at Juice WRLD. I mean,
Mo 3. I don't even remember how old Mo 3 was when he passed. No, let's check that out real quick. How old was Mo 3? Mo 3 was 28 when he died. He was still in his 20s, so you will be able to count him as that younger group that would have been around now in their early 30s. You know what I'm saying? Instead of 40-year-olds carrying hip hop. So I would, but in a kind of French type of way, I would put Mo 3 into that. And Mo 3 was a dog. There ain't nobody that could really dispute that. He was really one of them.
All of these artists, you know, half of them are much younger than the other half, for example, but these artists also had major waves. And so there is a gap, there's a generation gap. And then you have people like Joey Badass who are young enough sort of to, I think, connect with those younger people, but he has spent a significant amount of time in other entertainment endeavors. And so this is a pretty new space.
That's why, if you're not familiar with my channel, with this channel, that's why during the beginning of the year, when the hip hop battle royal was going on with AZ Shike and Rayvon and everybody else that decided to throw their hat in the ring, that's why I kept saying homie was like, it was his freshman year. Hold on, go back.
That we're seeing hip hop entertainment endeavor people, but he has spent sort of to a gap. There's a generation gap. And then you have people like Joey Badass who are young enough sort of to, I think, connect with those young.
I ain't gonna lie, I had to go back because I'll be smoking. I forgot his name. Joey Badass. That's why I reference Joey Badass as a freshman, because I don't feel like hip hop is just something you can just put down, go do something else for a whole bunch of years and just come back like you never left. It's kind of like the same when you see a football player or a basketball player lead a game for a minute. Take a minute. When Jordan came back, that first game back, Jordan wasn't that dude. You know what I'm saying? Jordan wasn't that dude when he first came back. Hip hop is not something you put down. I'm gonna do something else 3, 4, 5 years and then come back. That's why I reference him as a freshman. And look at his album. Look at his album. He was supposed to be a well-seasoned vet that was supposed to really be making his mark with the hip hop, and it made no mark at all. How old is Joey? Let's check it out. How old is Joey Badass? Right now, Joey is 30. So yeah, he will be considered a part of what's supposed to be the current young wave. And when you go and be an actor, and I love him as an actor. I love him as an actor. But when you put the mic down and you went and picked up the script and started doing other things, I felt people were a little naive or a little overly bullish on Joey Badass and his potential as far as what mark he can make this year. Now, if he stay around for a couple of years, like this time next year, maybe he can make a mark. I will be putting out every month. You're gonna get one. I'll be trying to get you 1 or 2 singles, something to keep my name out there in the hip hop space, not the acting space. And it also, hey, it's like scrimmage, it's like practice. You sharpening your sword. You know what I'm saying? You're getting back in your bag. You're tightening your shit up. That's all I was really ever saying. And here we are, having these questions about what's going on with their hip hop. And again, Joey 30 right now. I'm looking at his age. Joey don't turn 31 until the 21st of January next year.
Younger people, but he has spent a significant amount of time and other entertainment endeavors. And so this is a pretty new space that we're seeing hip hop in when it comes to its ability to continue to reach backwards. And I don't necessarily think it's a product of the music per se. Perhaps there is some refocusing in the music industry that's not necessarily looking at the same metrics or the same talent level when it comes to who the industry decides to invest in. Clearly, I think that's the case. Most of the record labels themselves, most imprints at this point are more acquisition companies than they are artist development companies. You're looking at artists who already have a hit. Oh, Jello's Tweaker is already moving. Let's go acquire it. You know, we are looking at artists who...
That's something I didn't think of either. Instead of cultivating and developing artists and helping them find their sound and their look and like really developing the artist, it's kind of like they're looking for hot pockets. You need to have a look and a sound already. We need to be able to put pen to paper and put the music out. That's it. That's the motion. There's no cultivation, no development, no nothing. That plays a part. And I didn't shout out the company, man. I didn't think about that.
Maybe have a great social impact, or you're looking at streamers to go out here and work with some artists so they can bring those artists to their platform. Looking at Neon,
Tomato,
and what he's doing with Hit Boy right now, you know. But in terms of just star power itself, music as a whole is also competing with gaming, video gaming. You know, everyone's competing with TikTok and social media.
A quick point on that gaming part. If y'all not familiar with what T Grizzly got going on, he might be around forever because he does gaming, which means he's constantly in front of a younger audience. He do freestyles on the streams. He encouraging cats within the game. Hey, if you want to rap, want to freestyle, whoop, whoop, whoop. So it's almost like a talent search also. He premieres music on the stream. So the hip hop rap side of what he got going on and the streaming gaming side of what he got on, they intertwine perfectly. He ain't got to go do weird stuff. He ain't got to go search out. I mean, he still be on streamer, but he don't have to. He got his own platform. He built himself an entire city 2 times over, because he got a Chicago version too. 2 times over. He got 2 little separate cities where he can play games with the Grand Theft Auto, but also infuse the hip hop into it. I'll watch him piece together songs or whatever. This might not go. This go. Put this here. Put this here, and get live reaction from people within the game who rock with his music. And he take constructive criticism too, so it works out perfectly. That man's a master. I don't like that he do the prize pick thing because he's selling gaming to kids in a way. I mean, that gambling to kids. I don't like the gambling part because I know so many kids play with the Grand Theft Auto stuff he got going on. But other than that, from a music standpoint, man, shout out to T Grizzly because he got himself a wonderful business strategy, and he don't have to fake it. It's something that actually genuinely fit him.
Everyone's competing with podcasters and streamers. And so the lost generation combined with the macro environment, I think has led to this dearth of young new rap stars. And right now, Youngboy Never Broke Again is holding it down. 1 second applause to him. Number 4.
Now, let's get back to this. We got one more clip for y'all. I don't want to make it too long. I got one more clip. Now, this more accurately fits my sentiments as it pertains to this topic. There's a dirty side to money within hip hop, and I feel like hip hop as a genre, or as a culture, more so as a culture, I feel like it's infected and money was the cause of the infection. I'm gonna let Glasses tell his perspective because it kind of matches what I'll be having in my head when I think about this topic. Let's get to it.
So what's your thoughts right now on this being the first time that we don't have no hip hop / rap songs in the top 40s since 1990?
I'm actually happy about that.
Whoa.
There's zero.
Not one.
Glasses.
Is
I
it
wanted to do a whole podcast about this, but since we're talking about it,
Oh no, you want to save it to them? Yeah, save it to them.
no, it's all good. We can flesh it out. Again, major labels, they're not investing in hip hop anymore. Remember, major labels put you in the top 40.
Mm-hmm.
On major labels, when the last time major labels released a single?
I don't know. I mean, they have released singles
Ain't
though.
Cardi dropped some singles or some shit lately?
No, she dropped the album.
They said yeah.
Ain't got no singles off that album?
So there's no
Yeah, but-
singles in the top 40 is what you're saying. Not
No
albums.
hip hop singles in the top 40 since 1990. Last time it happened was in 1990. They said.
But there's some albums that's in the top 40, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the albums is
I'm
Yeah,
saying,
but no
do we-
singles.
Other than Cardi, do we have any top 40 rappers out right now, though?
That's crazy.
It's a good question.
Do we have anybody who could be pushing the
I mean,
top?
you had some great music, but like you're saying though, it's been some great albums coming out. But like I see what you're saying though, as far as them pushing a single though, it's really like I can't really think of like the last like hit single. You gotta think we probably went through the whole summer really having like a really solidified like summer banger this year though, like that. Know what I mean?
Yeah, I really don't give a fuck. I don't know what the
You
fuck
don't care?
it has to do with hip hop. Yeah.
Now, what that got to do with hip hop?
I'm mixed on his reaction right off as far as that part is like where me and him is like not at odds. I get it. I just don't fully share the exact sentiments. But I'm gonna explain it in a minute.
A lot to do. I mean, it's just it looks as if it's bad music being put out because definitely like when you ask the question, has there been any singles? Yeah, there's been singles being put out though, but they just not.
You not give a fuck because you independent now, or do you like if you was on a major label, would you want somebody pushing your shit?
I mean, listen, major labels are not investing. Hip hop is not the belle of the ball anymore. Hip hop is not the belle of the ball anymore. That's fine. So what?
You good with that?
Yeah.
Nah.
Shit.
I never needed everybody else to like it.
Okay.
I never needed
See,
nobody else to like it. Shit. As long as it come out, I got some. So again,
I think that's saying a lot.
I think it speaks to more or less where labels are shit. The top 40, the top 40 charts were always about what the major labels pushed. It's always gonna be about what the major labels push. Ty Dolla $ign just came out with an album. People was talking shit, talking about it did less than 8,000.
What?
There's no major labels pushing it.
I didn't know that about Ty Dolla $ign album. I listened to bits and pieces, but I ain't made it through the whole album yet. I'm seeing low-key fire to me though. That was Glasses Malone. Both videos will be linked in the description if y'all want to check them out in their entirety. But as far as the Glasses part, I played him last because I wanted to make sure my thoughts were right after his. Oh man. My main thing with charts, they should be the be all end all, but I never want hip hop to get into this space where it's scared to compete with everything else. That'd be my thing. Never be scared to put your chest out and be like, I'm better than you are. You can't beat me. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I look at charts. I want hip hop to be able to say, man, we just as good, just as important. as you are, whether it's country, rock and roll, R&B, I don't care. I always want hip hop to win, but not at the expense of what makes hip hop unique. It's something I always felt, and I've always been conflicted about it, because I never wanted to come off as a hater. Is when hip hop artists finally found a way to really get some bread in their pockets, because hip hop, the music, the labels already got the game rigged to where they gonna reap the rewards from that, and the artist is gonna get what's left. And then artists realize, if I can make money off these tours. And then labels found a way to get some more money out of that, and the artists didn't get as much. And then the artists figure out, merch. I'm gonna start selling merch, and they got more money off. They pushed the merch to get more. It seemed like every time artists found a way to get money, the industry found a way to get a piece, until these endorsements started to pop up. So I was happy you started seeing Snoop with Skechers and all this other stuff. Cool, you want hip hop artists to get their money, right? But I started wondering, like, when I said all money ain't good money. And when I can look up and now see Snoop Dogg doing a show with Martha freaking Stewart, I'm like, yo, did we go too far getting the money? I'm conflicted, because I feel like hip hop was in a better space when it wasn't in the limelight, when it wasn't out in the open, when it wasn't so easy for everybody else to touch it. Maybe that's a selfish thought. But when the key to money was really the music, you couldn't just sell a brand or a look or a certain lifestyle, and that was going to be your ticket to winning. Your music had to be the ticket. It seemed like we just got historically better music to me. So, because everybody's forced now to put in genuine freaking effort on every single project, because the next project wasn't guaranteed. Your current project decides if you get a next project. When we were at that point, before we got to where such and such, we need the industry 2 albums, this dude 3 albums, this motherfucker got 1 album left. If your current album decides if you are going to even get a next album, imagine the type of music we would get now. That's how we got good music back then, I think, in my opinion. The next album was never guaranteed, and you had to keep getting the deal to keep going based on your performance. It's like a 1-year contract with a team option. For those who know sports, it's like a 1-year contract with a team option. I feel like those were when that was kind of like so-called. That's how I view it. That's probably not the official way of looking at it, but that's how I look at it. Back then, we got better music because there was no. Come on, Beats by Dre. Before it was all these other avenues for these hip hop artists or to get to the cream. They had to make the music work, and I don't think they have to anymore. And that's the problem to me. The money is the problem. Money is the problem. Like Travis Scott, we don't be understanding half the stuff he be saying. But what's known is he gonna be able to pack out a very large venue full of crazy stands for multiple days, and that's gonna bring in dollars. If that's all that matters, of course we ain't got no music in the top 40. So it's not just one thing, y'all. I don't want to make this video too long. It's not just one thing. The main thing is you got to keep in mind this current wave that's supposed to be holding it down now. A lot of them are not here anymore. Other genres don't be having to worry about losing a whole generation practically of the next ones. When's the last time you heard a could have been great story about somebody from country gone too soon? Or a rock star? Other genres don't have to deal with that. Because of what hip hop is, because where hip hop came from, the history behind it. It's a pretty dirty history. And because of where it comes from, because of what makes it what it is, it leads to the loss of some great artists. And also, the music is not ultimately where their bread is buttered. The bread is buttered not by music. So if that's not the bulk of the music, the bulk of the money, these artists ain't thinking about it. Okay, I just need to put out something that people gonna follow me, not so much rock with the music too much because I'm not saying nothing. They buying the merch, going to the concerts, the money's still flowing in that way without the record company having to really give in too much from a dollar standpoint as far as investing in the artist. You ain't about to do no big rollout. Collabs ain't what they used to be. I think this is just part of the reset. I think Kendrick said it best. Watch the party die. Gotta reset the table. I feel like this is ultimately what's happening. Gotta reset the table. Can't make a table better if it's already full of stuff. So this is just wiping the deck. I think this is just wiping the deck clean. I think next year is gonna be a nice resurgence of hip hop, because I think this is kind of gonna serve. I'm thinking, well, maybe I'm hoping. Maybe the word is hoping. I'm hoping that this serves as that wake up, and people get to doing what they need to do out here in these hip hop streets. I do find it odd though. Well, not odd, but maybe coincidence. I don't know. I've been smoking, but R&B is having itself a nice little resurgence. So is there something to go along with hip hop, dropping down a little bit as far as consumption, but R&B is starting to have kind of a tick up? Leon Thomas, yo, he ain't doing it by himself, but I feel like he's that one that's really leading that charge for R&B to really have a place back at the table, the music table, because it's one big pie, and each genre gets a certain slice of the pie. And it looks like R&B is trying to get themselves a little bigger piece of the pie. And right now, hip hop, we kind of on the diet. Our slice of the pie is a little smaller, but it's good to see R&B take their tick up. I think hip hop is fine. We should not be panicking. I don't like that everybody's trying to put this at the foot of Kendrick. That's unfair because it's called hip hop. It's not hip Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? It's not a one man genre. Other people need to do their part. This might be something that the old heads might have to continue the heavy lifting until the Rayvons of the world, the AZ Shikes of the world, the JIDs of the world, Chris Patrick's of the world. I think that Chris Patrick will be something. He's gonna be something. That ramen noodle, I'm still banging it. I'm still banging that ramen noodle, and I'm banging it tough. Pause. Is that story? There's nothing more powerful in music than a story that you can identify with, and I can really identify with that feeling of there's nothing in the cabinets. There's some ramens on the counter. I know that brown box, whatever pack you get, beef, chicken, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You got 10 of them daddies in there, that box. You gotta make that box be breakfast, lunch, or dinner for however long you'll understand that story. That's all I really got. I see people flipping out and panicking about hip hop, but I think we're gonna be fine. This is just like a reset. You gotta clear the table of the old industry standard ways of doing stuff, and now you gotta rap. Now you gotta rap. Now you gotta give people more. Now quality matters, not only in the music, but I'm hearing more people talk about a lot of these shows. You can't just stand there, grab you know what, and do this. That ain't move around. Give me a show. If the Clips can be out here giving people solid shows at their age, and they not no singing, song and dancey type dudes. That's bare bone hip hop you get from Clips, and they give you shows from the clips I've seen, the videos I've seen, fire shows. If you like it, just the MC, the mic, and the crowd, they give it to you. But I'm Oops Great. This is Kush Equilibrium. Appreciate y'all pulling up for a quick little smoke break while we talk about this hip hop thing. Don't forget, gotta help me with them YouTube police. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, so that way they not bothering us. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my job, so they ain't on my back. But till the next time, this is the next time.
Katie.